If we're talking about de-escalating tension, some Nigerians say the delay by President Bola Tinubu in appointing ambassadors may contribute to Nigeria's weak diplomatic presence abroad, potentially leaving citizens more vulnerable and reducing Nigeria's influence. In situations like this, Nigerians must go protest in Ghana. But based on experience, how significant is the absence of formally appointed ambassadors in situations like this? Would you say the delay in appointing ambassadors is weakening Nigeria's ability to respond to diplomatic crisis swiftly and effectively?
Okay, first is that there are levels of representation. The president is the #1 foreign affairs minister, is the #1 chief marketing officer of this country. And then there are also representatives at the ministerial level where we have 2 ministers at this particular point in time. Again, the Nigerian embassies, 109 of them, embassies and high commissions and consulates across the world, are also equipped or staffed with the staff of foreign affairs. But yes, the fact that Nigerians do not, or Nigeria do not have an ambassador that are formally accredited to these countries will likely be an issue. And it's something I believe that over and over again, the presidency had talked about, the Minister of Foreign Affairs had talked about the fact that that will soon happen, but clearly there's a need to have ambassadors out there because some of these, some of this tension can easily be de-escalated once you have a representative that is formally accredited to a country, an ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary, accredited to a particular country who has met with the president. There can always be meeting at the highest level, even without the ministers getting involved. And of course, when it gets to the point where they need to get involved, they can easily get involved. And most importantly is, like I mentioned, the case of Ghana. Nigeria regards Ghana as one of the big missions we have outside Nigeria, so we have a defense, attaché in that place. We have the migrations. We have the full accompaniment of every representation in a diplomatic setting is in our mission in Ghana. And that goes to show how Nigeria takes Ghana. That goes to show the nature of relations and how serious this country takes Ghana. So I know that even at this point in time, there hasn't been some kind of official commentary from the government of Ghana on this issue. Yesterday, I know that the Minister of State Foreign Affairs met with the police in Ghana. I've also followed, people like Dele Momodu that has also lived in Ghana for a very long time. His commentary today, he was basically saying that these things are over-exaggerated. He's back to Ghana. He hasn't really seen so much of these things. But the way social media works, the moment you put out an information, it becomes a big issue. Everybody can react to it from wherever they are. But if you're on ground, maybe it may not be as serious as it looks. But what I see is that there's a need to actually have ambassadors out there because this issue, the issue with the United States, the issue with the UAE, there are quite a couple of things that are springing up internationally that I believe that ambassadors on ground can actually have, they can easily get to these issues, deal with them and find quick solutions and quick fixes, before things get out of hand.
The ECOWAS has also been silent. Would you say this exposes a gap in regional leadership or just diplomatic fatigue? I mean, for you to expatiate further on that, should ECOWAS be playing what role should ECOWAS be playing right now to de-escalate tensions and prevent further xenophobic incidents in the region? Does this also, this situation reflect a failure of ECOWAS principles on free movement and integration, which you talked about earlier? Should Nigerians be pushing for a special ECOWAS summit on migration protection and free movement?
Well, I think that at some point ECOWAS will come in. I think that, again, at this point in time, we must also differentiate between noise and the actual happenings on ground. Like I said, I know that there was a protest that happened yesterday, but in terms of whether that has resulted in destruction or further challenges, I'm not quite sure that is clear at this particular point in time. But I do expect ECOWAS to step in because every member nation of ECOWAS, I mean, it's not difficult. We don't need visa to go to Ghana. Ghanaians don't need visa to come into Nigeria. And same with other countries that are within the sub-region. So I am quite certain that they will step in when the need arises or when we get to that point. Quite a lot of Nigerians have reacted. The Senate have discussed this issue because I know the Senate Committee Chairman on Diaspora and on Diaspora have actually stepped in. I also know the in the Diaspora Commission, the NIDCOM, headed by Honorable Abike, Abike has also, stepped in to find a way to de-escalate tension. But, the truth must be told, ECOWAS must also, the leadership of ECOWAS must also step up at this particular point in time, because we seem to be moving backwards instead of actually moving forward. And this can also be as a result of misrepresentation of facts. These are the dangers that the social media can actually cause, and the
but
cause
Ambassador,
of,
Ambassador, are these responses